Okay, so a common question to evaluate is to find the six trigonometric functions of an angle. So don't forget the six trigonometric functions. Well, everybody seems to remember the first three because of that silly SOHCAHTOA. Remember, SOHCAHTOA gives us the sine, the cosine, and good old tangent. The way I like to, so I'm going to put in the 5 pi over 6. The way I like to remember the other three is in the same order. So first off, we're going to have cosecant, we're going to have secant, and we're going to have cotangent. This is going to help us remember because the sine and the cosecant are reciprocals of one another. The secant and the cosine are reciprocals of one another, as are tangent and cotangent. So I'm going to have these six trigonometric values. Now, if I'm not using a calculator here, at first glance, this might be difficult. But actually, it's not. What we need to do is we need to use our memory. We need to evaluate using our trigonometric, our unit circle here. So remember, the initial side for any of these angles is always from the center out to 1, 0. Then we're going to evaluate the angle that we have. 5 pi over 6 is one of those beautiful ones that we have to remember, and it's actually pretty easy to remember. It's in quadrant 2, which means that the x is going to be negative and the y is going to be positive. The y value, remember, is sine. So when we say sine of 5 pi over 6, we're just asking for the y value, which is 1/2. Here, when it says we want the cosine, that's the x value. So if the x is negative root 3 over 2, that's what cosine is. And it's nice because we can evaluate everything from there. We just have to remember two values and we can calculate the other four. There's no need to remember all six values. Tangent, if you recall, is sine over cosine. It's also y over x. However you want to remember it. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the sine, which is 1/2, and we're going to divide by negative root 3 over 2. That's the same thing as 1/2 times negative 2 over root 3. Here the 2's cancel out, so we're left with negative 1 over root 3. But we can't have a radical in the denominator. So what we do is we multiply by root 3 over root 3. And what we get is negative root 3 over 3. So the tangent here is negative root 3 over 3. Circle that so I don't confuse it with the other work. Everything on the right-hand side here is just going to be reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 1/2 is going to be 2 over 1, or just 2. Over here, this is going to give me a negative 2 over root 3. Yet again, I can't have a radical in the denominator. So I multiply, so I get negative 2 root 3 over 3. And that's can't be reduced, so that's it. With the cotangent, if I take root 3 divided by 3 and I flip that, I'm going to have to rationalize the denominator. So in order to avoid that extra step, if I actually take the original piece, which was not rationalized, so this step right here, before I rationalize the denominator, if I take that and I flip that, so that's negative root 3 over 1, now I don't have any denominator to rationalize, and that's it. So make sure that you are remembering this unit circle. This is key, this is crucial. And then problems like this just really become easy.